From the shores of Lake Erie
to Browns fans worldwide,
hope is alive and the future's bright.
I'm John. This is There's a Gleam.
I'm Steve. Let's get the Gleam together.
Hey, Steve. So let's talk about the game last week, this Baltimore Ravens game.
Well, wait, I forgot to do one very important component to the show.
Oh, pardon.
Let's get the Gleam, all right? Let's go.
Look at you, ready to go.
Dude, I'm chomping at the bit today.
Well, first, let me ask how you're doing.
To say.
How you doing overall?
I feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again. Because I'm a firework baby.
I love how you describe how you feel.
How do you feel?
I feel like shit. Pissed off, hate the world. Another loss. I told you. We've said this before. When they lose, the week sucks. Everything sucks. Like I said, I'm just pissed off. But as the week goes on, things get a little bit better. So I guess I can't complain completely.
Yeah. So I saw you last Friday night on a podcast.
Oh, is it a replay? Oh, yeah. I did. Actually, it was Wednesday, but yeah.
Was that? Why did I think it was Friday night?
Wednesday night.
Okay.
You probably watched it again because
I think I'm getting mixed up when you do your show with John sometimes.
Oh yeah, I do. Sometimes I do it Lou or something. But yeah, no, I want to thank the gang over at Dog Chug for having me on their show. It was last Wednesday. I had a lot of fun throwing down some beers with those guys and talking with the fellas. They have a great show. If you're not, they're a great follow on X. Their show's on Wednesday nights at 9:30. You can find them on X, YouTube, and I'm sure other places. But I had a lot of fun with those guys talking Browns and pounding some beers. So
I gotta say something. So who is the host of Dog Chug?
There's 3 or 4. There's Andy's the main one. He started it. Then they've got Roger and Ed, and then they have a 4th co-host, which is kind of changing. Sometimes it's Lana over at Bougie Sports. Heather at Bougie Sports has done it. So they kind of have a 4th chair, and then they always have guests on.
So the guy that's in Columbus, that's Andy?
That's Ed.
Ed. Okay.
With breaking news, yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, that guy, how does he remember everything that he remembers?
Right? I thought I was great with memory, and then
when I was listening, I was blown away by the stuff that guy knows.
Oh, I said it during the show. I'm like, he was remembering details of games. Yeah, back in 2002 when the Browns played on 4th down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember a lot, but he's next level. So yeah, no, they're good guys. They're a lot of fun. I follow them all on X, and just a good group of guys. So, like I said, highly recommend.
Great show. It was a great show.
Well, thank you. And I like to remind people, if you're watching live, feel free to comment. We love to hear from you guys. What's on your mind, what's not on your mind. But, if you're watching live, eating lunch with us, spending some time, give us a shout out, and let's see if we can have some questions or have some fun. So with that, I know you're chomping at the bits here.
Yep. So Steve, I got one question for you first before we really dive in.
Oh, boy.
Do you think that you could return a punt or a kick against the Browns special teams?
I've had 2 hip replacements, an ACL. I've had probably about 10 operations, and I think I could. What about you?
You know what is? Yeah, I think I could.
Isn't that sad?
It really is. That game. So the Browns, we lost 27-20. Everybody kind of knows just the good, the bad, and the ugly of that game. I guess we'll hit on a couple different points. For me, the special teams meltdown was. I don't know, unforgivable by that.
Unbelievable
teams unit and Bubba Ventrone's unit. So I think that for me, that's the I'm surprised that Bubba Ventrone hasn't been fired yet this week, and it leads to me really wondering about accountability for this team.
Yeah, I agree. I mean. What can you say? I know you got some interesting things down there, but I mean, not just one. And we've said it all year. Our special teams have been god awful, from kicks to coverages, and we already had one. I'd like to know what's the record of returns during a season that teams given up, because we're at what, 3?
Yeah.
I think we're at 3 right now.
I
So
think so. Well, 2 this game and 1 before.
yeah, I mean it's truly unbelievable how bad they are.
Yeah. And Steve, how do you feel about them not even making any changes?
I mean, there's one rule of thumb, what good is it going to do at the middle of the season? But you know what? I've seen enough. He should have been fired weeks ago, to be honest. I mean, who was the guy before Pfeiffer that people kind of complained about? I'd take him back.
Oh, yeah. Prefer.
I would take him back in a heartbeat right now. Hey, we can't be any worse, put it that way. I mean, and supposedly I remember hearing the hot rumor was that, when Vrabel left and got the Patriots job, supposedly he was pretty high on Ventrone and wanting to bring him. So doesn't he have like the assistant head coaching title and all that good stuff?
A lot of people were really high on Ventrone. I believe that's why they had to give him that title when he came from Indianapolis.
Yeah, I'm done with that. As far as Bubba can go.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of Bubba.
Defensively,
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Browns played really well. They gave up a couple big plays, but 169 total yards.
Yeah.
They held them to, and it's another wasted effort by the defense that was a winnable game for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, what they gave up 13 points the rest of the defense.
Yeah.
And one was a big one. They had that screen pass for 42 yards was that touchdown.
Yeah.
Other than that, what can you say? And how about our boy, who's making us, we were worried before, but Carson Schlesinger, did he show up?
Oh my gosh.
This rookie of the week nominee, 10 tackles, half a sack. It seemed like he was all over the place. And you remember that one play? He just came flying up the middle.
He almost looked like Jadeveon Clowney at South Carolina.
Right? But yeah, when he did the handoff and like not only forced a fumble and recovered it.
Yeah.
He's been phenomenal. I mean, we were worried, oh no, high ankle sprain, that's 4 to 6 weeks minimum. Turned out he didn't miss a game. Bye week came at a perfect time and he played. He played. So that was amazing.
We've been talking for years about the Browns not having that linebacker that's just all over the field. And JOK was that guy. Unfortunately, with the injury, he hasn't been playing. But man, Schlesinger is just a ball hawk.
He looks good. He looks real good.
I definitely in the running for defensive rookie of the year for sure.
Oh, I think so. I think as of right now, I can't think of another player that's doing what he's doing. So in my mind, he's got to be the favorite as of right now.
Yeah. The offense, of course, we'll talk a little bit about Dylan Gabriel. There's some of the throws he was making were absolutely terrible throws. The one screen pass. Now who was he throwing it to? So I have to apologize, Steve, a little bit because during that game, I lost interest. I ain't gonna lie. I was not watching that game like I usually watch a Browns game.
Yeah.
My sister came over, my daughter came over, and we were talking. We had the game on. We're eating some sub sandwiches, but I wasn't really focused in usually how I watch a game. But
can I be honest with you?
What's that?
Can I be honest with you and all our viewers?
Of course. That's what we talk.
I don't like watching games in public too much.
No.
It's just for what you said. We were at our boat club. They always host games up there. It's a potluck. Everybody brings something, go up. So we decided we want to see some friends. We decided we were going to go up. And originally it was supposed to be just for the first half. I'm like, we're leaving at first half and go home. It's so hard to watch a game and really focus on the game and the details when you're with a bunch of people and great people. Love the people I'm with, but man, it's so hard to focus. So I get what you're saying, but I agree with you.
Yeah. So the screen pass where Teller basically pancakes someone on the Jets and Gabriel just threw an errant throw over on a screen pass. The guy probably had 40, 50 yards of open field to go.
Yeah. That wasn't Corley, was it? I don't think
it was. Yeah.
Was it Corley?
Yeah.
Well, talking about that offense, I found this freaking hysterical, yet infuriating. I don't know why I was so mad. How is Dylan Gabriel not, a nominee for Rookie of the Week? He had 167 yards.
Maybe nobody else did anything. I guess I didn't really see what rookies did, and
53% completion. Yeah, he was 88, 89% QB rate. I mean, those are just. I mean, if you watch the game, you talked about the one, he missed a lot of passes. There's that 4th and 1 play where looked like the Jets were going to give it to him, and they go shotgun, and I forget who it was. I watched the kid break it down. He had the opening. He had like 3 people open, yet he took a sack. Unbelievable.
Did you think that the offense looked any different with Reese calling the plays?
Tough to say. I mean, there were plays to be had for sure, I think. We did run the ball better, but, again, like you said, I didn't focus on the details all that much. So, what did you think?
Just from what I had seen, it seemed to me that they did take a couple more shots downfield.
Well, that's, good observation there, yeah.
But other than that, it pretty much looked the same with the same mistakes and miscues.
Ethan, his mom nominated him. Fair point, Ethan. Probably true. Or his girlfriend.
Or the Browns, because they're trying to shove them down our throat.
Right? It's just, it's frustrating. I mean, that game, you went into it, the Jets traded away their defense. And yeah, you scored 20 points, but they missed so many plays. Our offense at times still looked putrid.
It's unbelievable that the Jets are basically tanking last week with the trades, and we still lose.
Yep. I agree.
Unbelievable.
I think that's going to be the theme for the rest of the year. Unbelievable, but I don't think in a good way.
I know. And boy, and our line was not holding up either. But Gabriel got sacked, I believe 6
times.
6 times.
Yeah. We ran the ball, over 150 yards?
Yeah.
I mean, they actually ran it. Actually, the one thing Gabriel did do decent time, I think he has the most rushing yards he may have had in a game. But yeah, overall though, we still look bad. We don't have consistency. It's just bad.
Yeah, I was watching an interview on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show with Sean King talking about Dylan Gabriel and his grades that he was saying that Gabriel, the grades that the Browns gave him is crazy. That he should never have gotten such a high draft grade. Everything that he's looked at and seen, and I tend to like what Sean King has to say a lot.
Yeah.
I think he breaks down the quarterback position really well, and it just makes you really, really wonder moving forward who will be making, I guess, the next pick on the next quarterback. Because if these guys are Stefanski and Barry are making this pick, I don't think I really trust them at all.
It's kind of scary to think about for sure. Yeah. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. What's that?
I was just going to say too with that. Where do you see this team going? Like the rest of this year, maybe long term, or is Barry and Stefanski going to stay around? And what do you think they really need? Next year.
I truly think that Haslam wants to keep him, but the way this team's playing, that he may not have a choice but to get rid of him. I mean, we've all heard the stuff, with the taking Watson, he's given him a little bit of a reprieve, and but we went 3-14 last year. I thought, what did Vegas have? Is that 4.5 over under, something like that? Yeah. So around 5. I mean, I thought we'd win at least, being conservative, 6 games, and okay, you doubled your win. That. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, at this point, the offense has looked 2 straight years. I brought this up on another thing. Our pattern so far with Stefanski, I don't want to hear that he's been 2-time coach of the year and all that stuff. We made the playoffs in 20 with a winning record. We followed that. Most teams seem to build and keep building and building. We, for the next 2 years, had losing records, didn't make the playoffs. Then in 23, we have that magical run with Flacco fever, make the playoffs again, and lo and behold, for these last 2 years, and I'm throwing this year in as the second year because we're gonna have worse records. I mean, at least before we were like 8 and 9, and they were close, but these we're 3 and 14, and right now we've only got 2 wins. Every time you think they're building, it's like bam, they knock you back to the ground and say, nah, hold on. I mean, can you keep them? What do you think?
It appears to me that they're staying.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be acting like guys that are worried about their jobs.
No.
I think that Haslam has taken a big brunt of this because of the whole Watson deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's the whole story. I think it's part of the story, but I think there's other issues too. But I think that they're probably going to run it back again, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I think you're echoing the sentiments of fans, many fans everywhere. So I agree. I just think one thing: if Barry gets fired, and I'm hearing a lot that he may not get fired, but actually promoted. And that,
I know, right? How ironic is that?
It sounds crazy.
You suck so bad, but you're going to get promoted.
It sounds crazy, but maybe his strength is in the front office with other things. I mean, he's got a great reputation for that. But possibly moving up, not in a DePodesta role per se, but something else. But I think if he goes, the coach has to go. I don't know of any GM that's going to come in and keep a coach. Has that ever worked?
No.
And actually, fun fact, Tony Grossi over at KNR AM 850, he made a comment in the 4 other times that I believe it's with Haslam, 4 other times that he's fired him. He's fired the coach and the GM.
That's what he needs to do.
So if there's going to be a firing, unless he changes pattern, they're both gone. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting too, because they want to sell these PSLs. And if they want to start sending out information about PSLs next summer, who's going to buy with these 2 guys and running the team? I'm not sure. I don't know if I would.
No. You think, asking about where we go, and I'm tired of hearing people say they don't think he's ready, this or that. Do you think we're going to see Shedeur Sanders here at some point? And if so, when do you think?
I think we'll see him probably last couple games of the year, maybe.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to run Gabriel out for a couple more times, and then maybe we'll see Sanders. Well, that might come down from Jimmy Haslam.
Well, Haslam's been on record that he wants to see both. To evaluate, he'd like to see both of them. So I don't think it's a matter of if, but when. Some have speculated. I can't believe we haven't already. Is it fair to Gabriel? No, 5 games into it or whatever. But I've seen enough. I think a lot of people probably have seen enough.
He is what he is.
Yeah, and I think some believe that, they don't want to start Shedeur this week because it's the Ravens, and they're worried about that vaunted Ravens defense, which I don't think is as good as it once was. But that's some of the speculation. Some are thinking that maybe not this week, but if Dillon has another poor performance, that it could be the following week against the Raiders, who, they've only got 2 wins themselves, I think.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see him. It's just a matter of when. And I think if he's done nothing to show me that he's improving.
Right.
I think it's just a matter of a game or 2 before Sanders finally makes his debut. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least it's something to give us hope and something to,
I think it gives us hope and something to look forward to going down to the game and watching them. But I personally am on the side of what Bernie Kosar had said, is if he's not ready, sit him. Don't rush him. Don't break him. And I personally don't even want Kevin Stefanski coaching this kid right now.
That there's something to be said about that. And I would generally agree. And I know people, it baffles me. And I know, there's a reason why people are these mock experts and not running teams and whatnot. But everybody and their mother had him as a first or maybe a second round he falls. Nobody that I saw had him projected to fall all the way to the 5th round. I know the quarterback classes haven't been too impressive here. Some of them, this class is not looking all that great right now, and we may be hitting a lull, but he's been with us since we drafted him. You've had the whole spring, whole summer, and 10 weeks into the season, I don't want to hear that they don't think he's ready, because that tells me either our coaching isn't doing their job in coaching him, or flat out he just doesn't get it or is terrible. And I
have a hard time believing that.
I mean, look at what he did in college. I find he's got talent, and I know it was one preseason game. The first one that he started, he looked pretty decent, and the next one, not so much. So I don't know.
He was also out there, the third team.
Yeah.
Third teamers in that game.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, I think you had something too about the history that we made.
Oh,
with this loss.
About the only team ever to hold an opponent to under 175 total yards, and not turning the ball over and losing the game.
We just seem to find ways to lose, and we lose in great fashion. We don't, hey, yeah, we tough loss. No, we have style to our losses. So,
and it's been going on for years. I was actually watching the video this morning of Matt Stafford against the Browns when he got clobbered.
Oh yeah,
basically
his arm hanging.
His arm got his arm got slammed against the turf. He could barely move his arm. He's laying on the sideline, and then he comes in and throws a touchdown to win.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, pulling my Ed in Columbus thing, he got hit. He was down. He was forced to come out for injury. The Browns called a timeout, and he got to come back in and, of course, threw that touchdown.
Yeah. The most unbelievable things happened to the Browns.
Give them credit. Yeah. Well, I'd like to take some major credit myself. Looking over our picks from last week, I said the Browns were going to win 31-10. Wrong on that. You originally were going to go with I believe it was the Jets 10, Browns 9. But in your words, you changed your mind because of me. And I believe your exact quote was, you were motivated and the light and everything you need right now for There's a Gleam. And it was all because of me that I was the motivation.
I was all fired up last week.
I butchered that. I was the motivation, the light, and everything you need right now.
Is that what I said?
Yeah. So, and you changed it from the Jets winning 10-9 to the Browns winning 24-10. So we both bombed on that one.
You got to believe.
I guess we're no Jimmy the Greek. So on that note, we have let's do some updated standings here real quick.
Yeah.
There it is there. AFC North, Pittsburgh. I don't know how they do it. And this is what's so infuriating. 5-4 is leading this division right now.
But they don't look very good.
No, they look terrible.
I think Baltimore is going to win the division.
I think even the week before, they were still the favorite. I saw somewhere, even though they were losing and 2 games out, the experts felt they were going to come back and win. So you got Pittsburgh at 5-4, Baltimore 4-5, Cincy 3-6, and once again we're bringing up the rear at 2-7. Unbelievable.
Yeah. When's the last time we won the division? 93, 2.
No.
Belichick.
It would have been Belichick before the year we left. 96, wasn't it? In 96, or I'm sorry, 95. Weren't we leading division? Then they announced the whole move and stuff.
They announced it, yeah.
I think it was 90. Was it 94 the last time we were actually division leaders?
Yeah.
You got up at the top of the East there, New England 8-2. Again, one of the stories of the year. Indianapolis 8-2 and Denver 8-2, and then Pittsburgh 5-4. There's your division leaders. Buffalo 6-3. The Chargers. I watched that game. That was against the Steelers.
Yeah.
They won 7-3. Kansas City still around there at 5-4. We'll be playing the Raiders here in a couple weeks. They're 2-7, and Tennessee's right back at that 1-8. Man, they're on their way to getting the first pick again for a second year in a row.
Yeah.
Good
I don't see these, Tennessee drafting Ward last year. And I just don't. I don't understand why these teams keep going for these quarterbacks that are. I don't know. They're not. I mean, I know you have to have the quarterback, but they will take some chances on these guys. And I just hope the Browns don't make that mistake next year in the draft. And
everybody's always seemed to reach for quarterbacks. Yeah. We're a copycat league, and now all of a sudden, I think over the last few years now, I think the trend you're starting to see is getting the retreads. You know, the Sam
It's a better
Darnold.
move. It's a smarter move.
You know, Geno Smith for a few years there with Seattle, he seemed to come back from the dead. You know, you Sam Darnold, Baker. Look what Daniel Jones is doing this year.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe that's the new formula. If you truly don't have it, you know, this next year is supposed to be the quarterback class. Now they're starting to say, maybe not. Maybe not. It might be the following year. So, you know, but I mean, I think Tennessee, for whatever reason, was sold on Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So I think if they were to end up with the first pick again, and again, I don't know if there's a quarterback worth it, but I think I would be surprised if they stood pat. I would expect them to mortgage that one off to try and bring in a boatload of picks and move back, but who knows? Anyway, looking at the NFC real quick, you got Philly. How about that? Son of a bitch. Fantasy, I lost because it was 10-7, and the guy had Saquon Barkley, who did nothing, got like 6 points, but he had Devontae Smith, who got the only touchdown I think of the game, or for them. And but you got Philly at top 7-2. They're running away. The next closest team's Dallas at 3-5. Chicago, can't believe they're 6-3.
Hey.
Tied with Detroit, that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Green Bay's dropped back 5-3-1. You know, so that they were leading that division. Carolina is another surprise, huh? 5-5.
Yeah.
Tampa leading the South there, and then you got Seattle 7-2. The Rams, another. I think actually both teams surprised. So a little surprising, 7-2. I don't think most people knew what to expect with Darnold, if he was legitimately coming back and the quarterback people thought, or if that was a fluke in Minnesota, but looking to be the real deal. So
yeah, everything's kind of shaken out right now, and people are kind of finding their landing spots, and
except for us.
Some are shockers.
Good, as you like to say, good for you, good for me, good for everybody. Couple other quick things. Enough about the game. Other big news. Yeah, well, some other. Yeah, this kind of could have been fun. Some other big news here. In a bit of a surprise, DePodesta stepping down, leaving to go back to baseball.
Thank goodness. Had enough of that guy.
Well, and I don't know. I saw two. I love the internet, yet I hate it. I saw two conflicting things. So I'm going with this one, but he was here for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
I hired him in 2016. While he was here, now he wasn't the only one doing everything, but he was a large part of it. The Browns only had 2 winning seasons with him in this leadership group, with this group. 2 winning seasons and 2 playoff appearances in basically 10 years. And I saw the one that I'm going to go with, 56 wins. And with the loss this past week, he got to the 100 win or 100 loss mark.
Yeah. And that's on him.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's just a part of it, but, I don't think nobody knows exactly what his role was. You hear so many things, but statement they had from D and Jimmy was what they said was, we want to thank Paul for his contributions to the Cleveland Browns over the past 9.5 seasons. Paul's humble and egoless approach encouraged a culture of teamwork and collaboration. He helped modernize our research and analytics departments, and his broad background in professional sports brought a different perspective to our organization. We appreciate the value role he played in our organization as a member of our leadership team, and wish him all the best in his return to Major League Baseball with the Colorado Rockies.
Good riddance.
I did hear some people have said, when Dorsey was here, the front office was kind of in shambles. There's a lot of issues that he was a part of DePodesta and straightening that out. We all know his analytical background and, had a part to play with that. So I don't know. I don't know what he did. All I know is in 10 seasons almost, we had 2 winning seasons, and, he did nothing for me really. So, wish you the best. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
I guess he had his hand pretty deep into the Haslam Sports Group. He ran a lot of other things also with them.
Yeah. I heard he was a big part with this stadium too. So,
lucky us.
And then the other big news, I want to shout out to Coach Kevin Stefanski, who also made history this past week. He now has the most career game losses in team history at 51. He surpassed the great Sam Rutigliano at 50, followed by Paul Brown third with 48 career losses, and Bill Belichick was 44.
I had not seen that stat, and it makes me want to barf.
I mean, well, put things in perspective. There's two ways to look at it. One, he's been here. He's definitely the longest tenured coach since Marty or something.
Probably, yeah. Since a return.
Yeah. So in one regard, he's had the most, 6 seasons.
6 seasons.
But in 6 seasons, just do the math. That's averaging over 8 losses. That's, you're not even 500. So yeah. But I saw that little nugget and just thought that was too good not to share with our loyal listeners and fans. So there you go. Congratulations, Coach, on being number 1 with most losses as a head coach for us. So there you go.
I wanted to say one more thing about Deep Podesta real quick. He had a quote. So why go to the NFL and then return to baseball after spending a decade with the Browns? And Deep Podesta said, the reason I left wasn't because I was done or I was tired of baseball or anything like that. It was, I thought, a unique challenge. Well, that didn't really make sense. But then he said, I didn't have immediate plans, obviously, to come back to baseball. I knew it was going to take me a while to get my sea legs in the NFL. It wasn't going to be a 2-year thing. This is what got me. I was starting from ground zero. I mean, I knew nothing. So I was going to have to dedicate some years to it. So right off the rip, he knew nothing about football coming here. Nope. And
wow.
That's
good to know.
It is. The whole thing's got to be blown up, Steve. It's a joke from the top to the bottom right now.
Yeah, well, I agree. On that note, we'll close out that segment and we'll move on to our therapy session. Like to be somewhat positive, but we do a little bit of everything. So first, just want to point out one thing. News was made this week of the passing of former NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue. So want to deepest sympathies to his family and friends and stuff. He was
a good commissioner.
He really was. He will always, and that name's always going to stick in my mind.
Oh my God. You going to say that song?
Hey, Tagliabue. Remember that? Oh my, was that from Madden or something? Or
I don't know what that was. So I tried finding that like the other day when I found out that he passed away because I wanted to put it.
I wanted to play it.
I don't know what it was from. It was was it NFL Network?
I don't know if it was from one of the video games or something, but that Tagliabue. I will never get that out of my head now. So thank you, whoever did that, because that's forever ingrained in my head. The other thing, so while we're on a little bit of a sour note here, is this one a little bit closer to home here. For those of you that are Cavs fans and stuff, we had the late, great, one of my favorite coaches of the Cavs, Lenny Wilkins, also passed away this past week. Which was sad. Lenny, I love Lenny. I love
him and that whole team.
Yeah,
in the 80s, they were
Mark
great.
Price, Brad Doherty, Larry Nance, Hot Rod. Just an excellent coach. Everybody said, just very likable guy. I know Mark Price gave him all the former Cavs I saw on X and stuff, giving him high praise, and you can tell how much they actually genuinely just love that man. So, sorry to see him, hear about that. So, anyway, on that note, let's get to. Maybe, did you have something about Daryl Ryder?
I did. Daryl Ryder was asked
I have it here for you.
Stefanski at his press conference about what progress he's seen from Dylan Gabriel. Steve, I'm going to see if I can play this right now.
I got it right here.
You got it?
All right. Here we go.
What progress have you seen from Dylan start 1 to start 5? What areas have you seen drastic improvement?
Well, I think with young quarterbacks, Daryl, it's understanding that there's going to be ups and downs. Can Dylan play better? Yes, he can. Can we play better around him? Yes, we can. Can we coach him better? Yes, we can. So I understand the question, but I just trust that our young players at every position, and certainly at the quarterback position, are guys that are going to work their tails off to get better every single day.
John,
Yeah,
I understand the question. Did you understand the question?
I understand the question, but I'm not going to answer it.
Did you understand his answer? I think you just
No.
did. What the hell did he
doesn't
just
give
say?
an answer? He never gives an answer.
Nah.
He
You know
just
what?
talks in circles.
You know what? And that's one thing. Give the Browns some credit for consistency. A lot of our former coaches all did that same bullshit. They never really answered questions. They always
No.
kind of I hate that. Give me that coach that's just blunt up front and tells you like it is. We all know.
I know.
Come on, no, I hate that. So whatever.
And Kenny Atkinson, he doesn't answer questions like that for the Cavs.
No. He's great at it. Say what you want about Pittsburgh. I respect Mike Tomlin and how his press conference, things he says. So
and so the other thing is Daryl Ryder's probably not one of my favorite reporters.
Yeah.
But I do like how Daryl Ryder's really starting to hold these guys accountable.
Yeah. I would agree.
I think Cleveland media needs to do a little bit more of that.
Yep. Well, here you go. On another one, let's have a little bit of fun here. You know, we like to bring out some interesting things. And here's a young man in high school.
Oh, yeah.
Miles McLaughlin. And you kind of found this for me, John. So he's
because we've been talking about Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And how you said, I think it was last week or the week before on the podcast. So his amazing high school rushing record.
I couldn't believe you pulled this out. You want to go over the details?
Yeah. So right now he sits at 11,390 yards
as a running back. That's crazy.
Running back. He's in Indiana. He's also 2 days away from breaking the single season rushing touchdown all time. He has 67 touchdowns and 68 is the record.
Wow.
It's the single season rushing yards. He's fourth, 4,396 yards. So he's about he needs about another 200 to 300 more yards.
About 308 yards. It looks like.
I know he played last weekend. I don't know what he got. I think he's got 2 games left, 1 or 2 games left. But this kid his numbers are ridiculous too. And it's kind of funny because right now there are only 4 teams looking at him in college, and Indiana was one of them.
Yeah, he's decent size. From what I saw online, he's 5'10", 190 pounds. Kind of looks like a miniature, maybe a little bit more compact Christian McCaffrey. But I did see, after you told me, I looked up some stuff. I saw Derrick Henry was made aware of it. They talked to him and interviewed him.
Oh, really?
And it was kind of cool to see because Derrick Henry is pulling for him. He's like, I hope he breaks that record. Records are,
meant to be broken.
Yeah. And if I saw correctly, he potentially, because they're in the playoffs now, he potentially has 3 more games. Now, of course, if they lose, then they're done. So he's at 11,390. You said Henry's got the record for all-time high school at 12,124. So he's a little over 700 yards away. He's averaging something crazy. I forget was it 400 yards, 380 or something?
Like it's just a boatload of yards.
These kids today, man. Wow.
Could you imagine rushing for that many yards a game?
No. It blows my mind. I don't care.
I think the most yards I ever got in a high school game, this was like 8th grade. I took a reverse for like 2 yards.
Well, my claim to fame, I remember playing football, and I lined up it went both ways. I didn't play high school because of my hip, but I played city ball up and then to there. And I remember lining up in the backfield as a fullback, got in my stance, went to do the snap. A bee flew in my helmet. I went down on the ground, rolling around, screaming, trying to get it out. My parents thought I was having a seizure. My mom, she's running to the field. Stevie, thought I was dying. Turned out it was a bee got in my helmet, the hole. I ended up getting my finger in there. He stung my finger, and I got a penalty on that play.
You got a penalty too?
He was right in the middle, ready, set, and I went face down on the ground. So
I'll start.
Yeah, I was good on defense. So anyway.
I never heard that story, Steve.
Oh no, yeah,
no, I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was my one. On that note, since you brought it up, speaking, I found this fun little nugget as fate would. How crazy is you found that Miles McLaughlin story about to break the Derrick Henry. And as I was looking at that, I found this little nugget of Derrick Henry. Now, we talked about it, I believe it was the show before. He had in 4 seasons in high school, as we said, 12,124 yards. This past week, he just broke his record of career yards in high school. 10 NFL seasons, he just now got past 12,127, 3 yards.
Wow.
Is that not? I can't believe I saw this. He just 10 seasons to get what he did in 4 seasons in high school.
Wow.
Crazy.
Outstanding running back. That's all you can say.
Who would have thought? Because, well, it started back with us. We thought we hit a home run with Trent Richardson, the Alabama backs. You know, that first year thought, we finally got the best back in our conference. And, he might be a top 3 back. I think at the time, Adrian Peterson was still there. At my opinion, the best, a couple others. But I was like, oh my gosh. And then he just fizzled. And then you had Lacey. Remember Lacey with Green Bay?
Yeah.
Another, both guys. Trent, a little bit more compact and not really fat, where Lacey was kind of a, compact, but a little chubbier. And Henry's a big guy.
Right.
What is he, like 6'2", 6'3", 250? But, man, he's been a stud. Anyway, I also saw this. This will make some Browns fans happy. It made me happy. I'm not even going to lie. Sorry, pulled up the wrong thing there. Fan favorite of the Browns. Remember our good old buddy Juan Thornhill, the safety that we had year before. Never forget him because he had that infamous, which you saw on social media time and again, of him not jogging as a play was going on.
He wasn't trying to get him.
Nope. Well, he just got released by the Pittsburgh Steelers, and actually he mocked the Browns fans earlier this season. Well,
he did.
He was cut this week. Yep. Good for you, pal. He was let go, and he is now going to be looking for another team. So there you go, Juan.
And what comes around goes around, or what goes around comes around, whatever they say.
I totally agree with you. And then wrapping that up, I saw this real quick. I thought this was kind of interesting. I want to know who these people are. There's a little survey done.
Okay.
It was about stadiums. And it was stadium rankings, and this was based out of by fan reviews from Google, Yelp, and TripAdvisor.
Okay,
any guesses where the Browns were in this?
It should be dead last because that stadium's trash.
This surprised me. No, we were not even close to being dead last.
How is that even 14th in the NFL?
Obviously, these people haven't been to very many games, but we were 14th in the NFL with an overall ranking of 4.2. Number 1 was Lambeau Field, which at a 4.8, which, for me makes sense. I think we've talked about this before. There's certain places I'd like to see a game. Baseball for me has more nuances of, being at a ballpark. So there's probably more I'd like to see there. Football, though, Lambeau Field is one place I would love to see a football game just for that tradition and the storied history.
Yeah.
That's one. I won't go through all of them. Pittsburgh. What's that?
What I don't understand, how are we 14th on this list when you can't even get a Coke or a Pepsi? You have to get an RC Cola.
Well, 15th was the Minnesota Vikings, who, by all accounts, that's what we're patterning our potential dome stadium from. Tampa. I like Tampa.
Pittsburgh is 3. The third best stadium is Asher. What's it called? Ashizer Stadium or?
Sure, something. It used to be Heinz.
Keep it Heinz Field. It was a lot easier to say.
I think it's because they play Renegade. Tampa, which I always thought was a cool stadium, not like having a pirate ship in your stadium. They're 20th. The Bengals. I hate the Bengals. We all hate the Bengals, but I ain't gonna lie. We're big Guns N' Roses fans. The Jungle. Do you know where you are?
Wake up. Time to die.
They're tied for 25th. And where were the Ravens on this list?
The Ravens are they're like 6th.
Are they
tied 6th?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
And it looks like the stadium in LA is bottom.
Isn't that funny?
The Rams and the Chargers are both at the bottom.
Yep, they're tied. They share that stadium at 3.5. It's probably because of the prices of the food and stuff. Because I thought I've heard some astronomical prices of some of the LA foods and stuff. But San Fran's third, Miami, So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. And finally, last thing here, and we'll get it moving here, this was a bit of a shock, but Cleveland Guardians own, they had the manager of the years announced yesterday, and winning the American League for back-to-back seasons was Stephen Vogt.
Nice.
Which really kind of surprised me. I mean, you saw what Schneider did in Toronto. I thought he was going to win it. Even Wilson in Seattle, but Stephen Vogt, manager of the year, two-time. Where have we heard this before?
We got two-time coaches of the year in Cleveland.
But to his credit, he makes the playoffs. So
he does, and
he has less talent to work with, and
less money.
Yeah, tight ass owner. So congrats to Stephen Vogt.
Hey,
well
Steve,
done. Yeah.
I'm going to throw in right now my there's a gleam since we're talking about it. 89 days until pitchers and catchers report.
There you go, my friend. All right, looking ahead, we're running long again. I know we want to try and keep this close, but
yeah.
What do you got for looking ahead?
All right, so so we all know basically what's going on. We're playing the Baltimore Ravens this week.
Yep.
They edged out the Vikings last week, 27-19. The Ravens are now 4-5. They're 20th in team offense and 31st and the Browns are 31st in team offense. The Ravens are 26th in team defense, and the Browns are second in team defense. So you got a team of the Ravens that are kind of late. What am I trying to say, Steve? In the back of the pack, 20 to 26th. And the Browns are up and down all over the place on offense and defense. So let's see.
Hey, John, hold on to that feeling there for a second. One thing I forgot to do, we need to probably get a quick break in for our sponsor.
Let me get my thoughts here.
So we're going to take a quick break. And thank you for that. We want to thank Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. You can reach them at www.hemispherecoffeeroasters.com. And as they like to say, we shake the hand of the coffee farmer. So grab yourself a coffee. They got a good variety. They're here in Mechanicsburg, Ohio. Give them a try, give them a look, and there you go. All right, John, sorry about that.
All right, so first, the Ravens, they have that run-first identity. They rank 5th in the league in rushing yards at 141.5 yards a game. So they're going to lean on that ground game.
Yep.
And set up that play action for Lamar and keep the Browns guessing on what they're doing. So the game's at 4:25 kickoff down at the stadium. Weather should be pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, Steve? What about this game?
I'm going to go out on a limb. We're going to get shellacked. I have no faith. I don't think I'm going to pick them the rest. I don't think I'm going to pick us the rest of the year after what I saw.
I'm not either.
They got a healthy Lamar back. They're getting healthy all of a sudden now, right when they come to, the week before they come to play us. Our offense, we look in shambles. We look like we're barely hanging on. So I'm not expecting much. And
so the last meeting, of course, was earlier in this year, and the Ravens won 41-17. That's when everything kind of snowballed. Flacco had a couple turnovers. The game got away.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what's going to happen again this week.
I mean, I'd like to think our defense is better. This will be a good test. I think now that they're 100% healthy, and they run the ball well, with Jackson back at quarterback, you can't key on one thing. We'll see. I think I just have no faith in our offense. I mean, what we did against the Jets, and this defense is better. It's at home. I fear what we're going to see at the stadium. I mean, ticket prices are so low right now. God only knows how bad Ravens fans are going to infiltrate that stadium. But anyway, I'm not feeling too good.
Yeah.
And like I don't think it's any surprise how they go is going to be on how Jackson plays and Henry. They're two big guns, and we'll see what they do.
Well, they got some motivation because I think they're on Pittsburgh's heels right now, and a win this week it's going to put them right up there in that division lead.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
So let's talk about, I guess, the Jaguars, Steve. What happened with them last week since we do our Jaguars watch?
Want to go to Jaguar watch?
Yes.
Well, we got to set that up because I got to do my favorite.
Your picture.
I love this picture. These little, for those that, are hearing it on the podcast stuff, I love to post different graphics up and stuff. Maybe a little too much sometimes, but we call it, this is our Jags watch segment. And for all that you that can't see it, it's a beautiful Jaguars watch, and that pretty, is that like a teal blue?
Teal blue.
So I like it, but
we also need like a announcer, somebody to say like Jaguars watch.
We'll work on that one. What do you got for us? We said they were 5-4. I know.
Yep, they're second in the AFC South. They blew the game last week against the Texans. They had a 19-point lead entering the fourth quarter. They lost 36-29. That's the largest blown lead in Jaguars history. So that makes me happy because every time
I watched that live,
our draft pick gets better.
After that Browns debacle, they cut away, and actually on TV they played that here, so we got to watch that, and that was pretty exciting. I thought they were going to blow it. Houston got all the way down to like the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Then they got like a false start, back 5 yards, and I think they ran something, got nothing. I think they got another false start. I'm like, oh my God. And they got a penalty on that false start when they had first and goal at the 3, and they scored a touchdown on that. I thought for sure you're going to blow this. You got all the way down there just to tease us, just to kick us in the nuts and let them win again. But no, they lost.
Good. I didn't. They put that on at the end of the game, the end of the Browns game?
Yeah.
Okay.
They ended up, I was at the club. Like I said, we're supposed to stay for the first half, end up staying. And they watched that. And at first we were going to go, and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, no, I was explaining to people. I'm like, this is important. We've got their pick. And the game's so close, and with them going down the field, we stayed and watched that till the end too. So, that was kind of fun. But big news came out of there this week too, with Jacksonville.
What's that?
I thought you with Travis.
Yeah. Travis Hunter. He had the surgery yesterday.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise because I don't think they had mentioned anything about surgery, just that he was missing some time. And then all of a sudden he announced it, or somebody announced that he had surgery and done for the year. Yeah,
he's done for the year. And they said he should be expected back to full football activities within 6 months. So he should be ready for spring, summer training.
LCL was it he did?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that trade, granted, it's the first season of the first deal, but I mean, right now, you got to out of that, we traded back, which a lot of people were pissed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville moved up to get Hunter. He's now going to miss most of his rookie season. Meanwhile, you got Mason Graham, who doesn't have huge statistic numbers, but if you see what he's doing behind the scenes and during games, he's really actually played.
I really like Mason Graham, Steve. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you just got him, you're like, okay. But then remember, we got their second round pick. You ended up being Quinshawn Judkins.
Mm-hmm.
So you have him, and by the way, we've got their first round pick next year. So you've got those two plus
that'll probably be Carnell Tate if we're smart.
I mean, so you're going to have those two plus one other player for Hunter. As of right now, as much as I'm not happy with Barry, give him credit for that. So,
no, that's a good trade.
Yeah. So anyway, what's the tankathon?
Well, yeah. So speaking of draft picks, so
my favorite time and everybody's favorite.
Living for the drafts.
Yes,
right
sir.
now, the Cleveland Browns are picking 4th. Last week, we were picking 6th. So with the loss to the Jets, we moved up 2 spots. And the Jaguars pick, which we own, is pick number 19 now. And it stayed the same. It was 19 last week. So we have the 4th and 19th pick as things stand today.
And I'm hoping that's going to go even get better, especially with Jacksonville. So, all right, enough of that. Good with that. We're going to move on to my favorite segment, The Land, where we like to feature maybe some local places. And I think you're going to start us off with this, John. You visited a place here, and I have that.
Yeah, so Sunday before the game, I didn't know what to do. It was getting late. I'm like, I'm going to just go get a sub somewhere. And I didn't want like Jersey Mike's. I didn't want Jimmy John's or any of that. So I looked local sub shop down on 86 in Detroit, the Edgewater sub shop. ordered a couple subs there for my sister, my daughter, my wife. She got she got a the Reuben, really good Reuben there.
How many subs did you get?
So I got the Edgewater Hero, which was turkey, roast beef, more turkey, crispy bacon, and a mountain of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister and Madeline, they both got the same thing. They got the roast beef sandwich.
Okay.
Sub. Excellent subs. I definitely would go there over Jimmy John's or maybe not Potbelly's pretty good too. But
who?
Potbelly. You ever have Potbelly subs?
No, I've
They're
never
pretty
had
good.
them.
Yeah, I like Potbelly, but Edgewater definitely I would go try them out. Real good, real good. They do them toasted or untoasted. I did the untoasted.
Okay.
What do you do, Steve? Do you do toasted subs or you do untoasted subs?
Sometimes it depends. I do like a toasted sub though sometimes. So it's how I feel. Sometimes cold cuts and stuff. If it's gonna be a while, sometimes I like just go keep everything cold. If I'm gonna eat it relatively quickly, then sometimes I will do it toasted. You know, I don't like it being so, but
if it's gonna sit, you'll just go cold.
Yeah, those look awesome though. I'm looking at those
really
pictures.
And the pickle was key. It was a very good pickle, I gotta say.
How much was this?
I think I don't recall. I think it was something like $13.
Okay, nice. No, it looks great. Definitely. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like a good sub. I'm trying to watch my carbs, being type 2 diabetic now. So I'm really watching that, but man, I can tear me up a sub at any time. That's sometimes our go-to thing. You talk about going to the games and being so expensive for stuff. That's one of my favorite things to do when we go is to go, we'll hit a sub shop beforehand and take that into the game with us and eat a sub for the game. You know,
Steve, what was that time? What did I bring that one time? Like
chicken wings. You brought hot chicken wings that were like saucy as all hell in a Ziploc bag. You have sauce all over your hands. I mean, it was just a disaster. We'll never do that again as far as we live because
but then you're yelling at me because I'm like slopping sauce everywhere, and then you started eating something that was just as sloppy.
I think I ordered something from there and got like that cheesesteak that they did for the first time or something. And it was a disaster. So
not to get off topic too much, but the last game that we went to, or you didn't go, it was raining really bad out. And I don't remember who we played, but there's the guy in front of me. He got nachos, dude. And it's like pouring rain. He's eating these nachos.
Was that to Miami?
It's like filling up his nacho tray with water as he's eating it. It's like soggy nachos. I'm like, how the hell's this guy eating these nachos in the rain?
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so what was your place for the land?
Yeah, I'll try and do this again. I'll try and go quick. So my wife and I on Saturday were out running around and I saw this place. I'd heard about it, Federales. They're in Mentor, Ohio. 8787 Mentor Avenue in Mentor. We stopped by for lunch and I'm like, I want to check them out. Saw them on Facebook, I think. Cool vibes, kind of like they had some, if you ever been to like a Barrio Taco, they had, what's that like Mexican lady with the black eyeliners and stuff. So
the sugar skulls?
Yeah, I don't know what they are, to be honest.
I know the lady, which I know. Okay, I know what you mean.
Couple things
black hair.
Yeah, I don't know if they're a chain or not. As far as I know, I don't think so. But they very very cool vibe. Basically, it's just like a Chipotle, but I think they have way more meat and they serve liquor here. And I'll admit, I don't go to Chipotle. I think I can count on one hand how many times I've had Chipotle. I love Mexican food, just I don't go there for some reason. But here, they had protein-wise, they had chicken, steak, carne asada, El Pastor, barbacoa, chorizo, something called tinga, which I think is like a spicy chicken or shredded chicken.
Tinga.
Yeah, shrimp and fish. Pretty decent
shrimp too. Interesting.
Yeah, pretty decent selection. They do bowls, tacos. I know they have a couple specials. I saw their price, and you know me, I'm a sucker for a deal. I saw their prices. I was like, oh, Mondays is like a burrito special for like $7.99. And again, they're very similar. Yeah, they're very similar to Chipotle. They have a small little.
Oh, Steve, I think you locked up. I don't know if we're still on
Now?
Okay, I hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Like I said, they're basically like a Chipotle at times. I got a chicken bowl. They do chicken bowls. They do burritos, tacos, a few other things. But that thing was loaded. That thing was probably about 2 or 3 pounds. It felt like that cost me $15. I think it was 13 and then $2 for guac. So
That's not bad.
no, it's very good.
Guac on there too.
Yeah, I love me some Mexican food. So that's where I went. Enjoyed it. Wife liked it. Hers was slightly spicy, but she didn't realize that their guac had jalapeno in it, and she's not the biggest spice person. So, but no, very good. Enjoyed it. And yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Well, good. Looks good. Off the next time in Menor.
For sure. For sure. Check them out. They're very good. Like I said, I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. Your place looked awesome. So,
enough good day for the land. Actually, the people at Edgewater Sub reached out to me because I did a video on TikTok, and they reached out to me and said thanks. Hope I like the sub. And
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Hey, anything we could do to promote some local places, we're for it. All right, wrapping things up here.
Yes.
This one's short. I'm not gonna lie, John. I'm struggling with this, but there's a Gleam segment. Do you got anything for us for something that there's a Gleam?
Yeah, my Gleam was that it's 89 days until pitchers and catchers report.
There you go. My Gleam was at where the season's half over. We only have 8 games left, but of the 8 games, 5 of those are home. So hoping that we get out and tailgate, hoping to see some friends, maybe bounce around to some places and maybe hit some various tailgates.
That, you know what, that's exactly what we need.
Yes, sir.
Because we always do great at tailgates. The game, not so much, but it's good to see some people. We need to bounce around a little bit and get out there and start building for next year.
Yep. We didn't talk about this week. I don't know what we're doing yet. We still have to figure that out. My knee's giving me some issues, so I'm a little worried about that. I know we talked about going to the community lot. We got a couple invites out there, so we'll kind of figure it out. But we'll be tailgating somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Let's wrap things up here with our closing predictions here.
Well, we both said that we're never going to pick the Browns again this year.
I'm going to since I influence you, I'm an influencer. In fact, I want to put that on my title. Yeah. I always see that social media influencer or something. I'm not going to officially put that.
Now you got a blue check.
I did get verified or whatever. We're going to go to our prediction segment and closing segment here. So what do you, I'm going to let you go first so I don't influence you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Ravens 27, Browns 10.
This is going to be unbelievable. And just so everybody knows, you and I never talk about what our prediction is.
No. But we don't talk about it, and sometimes we change it on the fly like I did last week.
Well, that's a solid prediction. In fact, you know what? Some would say I think that's a great prediction because hand to God, not lying, my exact prediction is what you just said. I have the Ravens winning. At first, I was going to do a blowout, just get an eye, but I do respect their defense, but I still think I don't think it's going to be that close. I also had the Ravens 27, and I gave the Browns 10, getting a token touchdown late or something. But wow, same predictions there.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy that we both picked that. So there you have it. We'll see how we do with that one. So a little bit over, but not as bad as some of the others. So again, want to remind everybody, please remember to like, follow, share, subscribe, spread the word. If you're not already a follower of the Fanatical Elves Network, we're on X. The Fanatical Elves Network is on X, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We have a lot of great shows, not only ours, of course, but there's Johnny Cleveland podcast. You got the Burning River Browns Talk with Lou Marconi, and he usually has a special guest with him. Cleveland Browns Dog Pound South podcast with Steve Gill. The Browns Blitz with Rod Bloom. Browns Breakdowns with Sam Britton. Stirring the Pot with Lou and Johnny Cleveland. Going Nuclear CLE with Ethan Greenberg and Mike Rosinski. I'm missing a couple. What the Elf was that? I love that one. What the Elf was that with Joel Cade. And then we do some pre and post game shows. So again, like us, the Fanatical Elves Network, we got a lot of great shows and sponsors. We're actively looking for sponsors for our show or for our Fanatical Elves Network to be on all the shows. We'd love love to have you and promote your company and your product. So feel free to reach out to me, John, or John Suchan over at Fanatical Elves Network. As always, we want to thank you for tuning into our show. We'll see you live next Wednesday at noon. And as we like to say, anything else, Johnny?
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith and go Browns. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, Joe Tate.